Welcome back to part 2 of my galley build on my Sharpie, and in this video I'm going to be making the bench top, and at this time my plan is to cover it with carbon fibre. It's amazing my bandsaw can rip 150 millimeters or 6 inches of Polonia board, but it can if I take it easy and if I've got good blades in the bandsaw. These ones are from Robertson Sinclair in Auckland. You can see some dark patches in the timber there. The timber came like that. They are water stains. I pretty much don't use glue to join the boards anymore. I use fairing filler, and it works so much better when you're sanding. It's stronger than the timber itself, so it's all that's necessary. Those of you who have watched my earlier videos will know that I'm not using plywood in this boat, so I'm trying to efficiently laminate up boards for things like this bench top. Good old rupee sander, heavy duty sander. We've been through a few wars together. The final bits of trimming for the bench top can go on. The final gluing up of the bench top. One of those fiddly jobs, gluing on cleats to give some extra gluing area to hold the bench top down. Glassing the underside of the bench top. I'm making a mould for the induction cooker, which will be at the same level as the top of the bench. What I'm brushing on is some West System epoxy resin with a little bit of 410 filler in it. It makes for a crisp and easy to sand surface. I'll be putting on at least 2 coats before I apply the wax. After a light sand and a clean down with a bit of meths, the second coat of epoxy resin and 410 West System filler went on really well with less pinholes, if any, and less bubbles. On the second side of applying the 400 gram fiberglass biaxial, I'm using darkened resin. I'm darkening it with graphite, and this is because when you apply the carbon fiber, you don't want any light colors to come through from underneath the weave. People usually use black paint as the way of applying the dark color. I'm applying this layer of cloth at the end of the day when the temperature is cooling, there's no air coming out of the timber, and the humidity is about right, that the bench top is pretty flat. I might have to pull it down a little bit at the edges, but the main thing is I have to pull the edges down
and if it was the other way around, it would be too hard. Of course, you could use a vacuum bag to pull the surface down, but I'm not doing any vacuum bagging on this whole project. It really sucks taking the cloth right off and trying to lay it back on in the right position. It gets out of shape so easily. My preferred method is to lay it on dry, roll back half of it and wet out the timber, lay the cloth down, lift up the other side, wet out the timber, lay the cloth down. Works so much better. I'm using scraps of peel ply here because I've used 100 meters and I've run out. I've got another roll on the way. It's the next morning and I'm checking out the results. For an 18mm bench top, it really is quite light and very stiff. I'm rounding the edge where the bench top overhangs the galley side, and damn it, it ripped out some grain, but I really should fill this in grain anyway before I put some fiberglass cloth around this corner. I'm probably going to longboard the whole top, so I'll have to fill that first, of course, but I've started off by just doing a little bit of spot fairing. It's been quite a bit of work to get to this stage. I was hoping to add the carbon fiber cloth to the top of the bench top, but I'll leave that till next time. Thanks for watching.